Back on Full-Time Devils with a crucial game this weekend against Chelsea. Sunday's game at Stamford Bridge. Let's talk some tactics. Straight into the lineup here for Manchester United. This is taking into account how you played in the last game against Stoke. Great victory there. Looking to continue that fine run of form into this game, which in my perspective, if you win this game, Manchester United season becomes a whole lot different. Crucial game for me. De Gea in goals. Back four, which has seemed so much more stable, I think, than in previous games. And I'm going to highlight one player in a little bit when it comes to pushing forward, and that is Borthwick Jackson. So Darmian, Smalling, Blind and Jackson at the back. Obviously, I would like Schneiderlin and Herrera to have that midfield partnership in there. Carrick seems to be declared fit to come back in. A lot of guys over at Full-Time Devils believe that this is what we will see. We'll see Carrick come back in. I preferably would like to see Schneiderlin start ahead of Fellaini. I'm taking into account what I think Louis van Gaal will do, which often is the exact opposite of what I want him to do. So in this occasion, this is what I think they'll go with. But it's not so much that midfield partnership. That will be a crucial factor in this game, but it's the wide areas. Got to go with Lingard and Martial. I know some people are talking about Memphis being played in there. Martial, especially after that game against Stoke, you got to start him. He is going to be crucial in this game, especially up against the lackadaisical and, in my view, the weakness of Chelsea, which is Ivanovic, which I'll touch on. Mata and the in-form Wayne Rooney up top. So, before we get into it, as usual style, I'm going to highlight one thing that I think Manchester United need to watch out for when it comes to this undefeated Chelsea. Now, they're undefeated, right? That is, on paper, a good turnaround since Gus Hiddink has came in to this team. But Diego Costa is a person who I think has been more crucial for their turnaround. He's started to be more mobile. He's started to be dangerous again. And it's one swift movement he does. He encompasses the figure of eight run, which every good striker is told to do. Recycle that run. And he's very, very dangerous in doing it. And what he wants to do is he wants to pose a question to the centre-backs. Arsenal is a prime example of this. Makes that standard run and Mertesacker gets sent off. So what you will see is you'll see Chelsea, especially at home in Stamford Bridge, try to confide this space. They'll go with either Mikel and Matic in there and allow Fabregas the freedom of this area. What that is allowing them to do is if they win possession, they're going to try and quickly feed it to Fabregas or Willian, and it's the exact same thing that Arsenal did. They did against Arsenal, Chelsea. They're going to try and do it against Manchester United. Obviously, in that example, Mertesacker gets sent off. It's the best possible outcome for them. But in this game, I think Manchester United need to be a little bit smart. They need to either make a conscious decision before this game whether they're going to drop and absorb the pressure or they're going to play a high line. I preferably would like to see them staggered and drop a little bit deeper. Smalling's very quick. I think he's got the pace and the mental capacity to handle Diego Costa. And I would like to see him do that. But if they play the high line, they both need to step together. So what you'll see Diego Costa do, which is crucial, is he does this smart run, and it poses a question to often the left-sided defender, because naturally Diego Costa will sit on this man. He'll check into this area. So he'll check in here, maybe looking for the ball. That will either force a decision to be made between the centre defence to follow Diego Costa, and then in one swift movement, bang. He makes this run in behind like he did against Mertesacker, and this makes the defenders make a decision, either, as Koscielny did, step up, and that means that this area is just completely undefended. It's a straight race between two defenders. Smalling is quick. I fancy his chances there to at least pose a problem. But again, I don't want that. I don't want Manchester United to have that question. I would rather see it a little more staggered. So if Diego Costa does check in here, you either pull Carrick back to fill this space, or someone goes with him, and then Blind can take a step back. Yes, it does mean that the whole defence has to take a step back, but at Stamford Bridge, the pitch is so small and confined anyway, you're just kind of closing out that gap and allowing your defence more time to get into that position rather than it being a straight race in behind if the ball happens to seep its way through there. So I would rather see United stagger a little bit, not play that high line like Arsenal tried to do to catch Diego Costa out, and he's smart and he is quick. That's given him the easy option, and that's what Manchester United need to watch out for. Going forward, however, let's touch base with that. So I'm going to highlight Manchester United's first goal against Stoke. Very well worked. What happens? Decoy runs, flood the flanks, take the pressure from the middle of the park and distribute it wide. This is going to be a game where it's going to become very flustered in the middle, especially if Chelsea play Mikel and Matic. Mikel and Matic's job is to basically patrol this area, make sure that Mata doesn't have any free space, so United are going to be forced to put the ball wide. What happened against Stoke, a team that's very similar in the middle of the park, they like to confide space, they like to frustrate teams. You throw forward someone like Borthwick Jackson. Intelligent runs, because he knows Martial is going to cut inside. Jackson needs to get wide. That ball he put in for Lingard's goal is exactly, that is a striker's, a winger's, an attacking player's dream. whip that in. That's just asking to be eaten. That is setting a steak up and just asking you to eat that medium to well done. That's how I prefer it. You might prefer it medium rare. But either way, put that ball into the box, allow someone to attack it, because Ivanovic, for some reason, people are forgetting that this guy was torturous at the start of this season. Let's isolate him. Let's put Borthwick-Jackson forward. I know previously I've said that United need to be a little bit cautious going forward to make sure they have adequate cover. This is a team that plays one striker, and they've got an out-of-form Hazard who seems to show some signs of rejuvenation, but not enough to make us leave 4 defenders back. Push Borthwick-Jackson forward. Push an extra midfielder into that midfield to make them have to rethink about how many players are going to mark up, and that will allow for the space out wide. Because you know Martial, when he gets it, he's going to cut inside, and it's going to do 2 things. It's going to force Ivanovic to come with him, and he is horrible at defending on his left-hand side. Watch the game against Everton. He doesn't know which way to go. I remember last season, Harry Kane used to isolate this for Ivanovic as well. It was very smart from Tottenham last season to do this. Manchester United need to do this. And what this will do is this will force Ivanovic to either check inside, or he'll follow this run of Borthwick, and then the whole defence will shift across. And Chelsea are not good at tracking back those wide men, whether it's Willian, whether it's Hazard. They're not naturally taught to defend. So as you see with Everton, Willian was caught out. Leighton Baines was the man that burst in behind and driven that ball across, which caused John Terry's own goal. So on the opposite side, I don't think Hazard's going to be much better, or Oscar, at tracking back. If you put forward Darmian or you put forward Jesse Lingard, you get that weak side switch. Isolate those wide areas. I've touched about it before. Tactics isn't going to be something new every week, because these teams in the Premier League show the same signs of weakness. Martial is gifted at coming in onto his right foot, taking a shot. It doesn't always finish, but look at that beautiful goal that Manchester United scored against Stoke. I think it was the second goal. Yes, it was Manchester United's best goal this season. Martial coming in on his right foot, attacking that weak side. Overwhelm that area. Borthwick, go forward, son. That's what I'd be telling him if I was Louis van Gaal. Whip those crosses in, and let's see what happens. It's going to be a tough game because Chelsea, as we said, are undefeated with Gus Hiddink at the helm in the league. But it's still there for the taking. This is not the point in the season to worry. This is a point in the season to stand up to the plate and say, we're here to fight for top 4 and put the pressure on those top teams. Let us know what you guys think, as always, in the comment section below. Make sure to come back over to TYT Sports. Hit that subscribe button for us as well. We like to support each other here between Full Time Devils and TYT Sports. Follow me on Twitter. I will be live tweeting the game, and also I'll share my prediction on Twitter at Francis_Maxwell, us at TYT Sports. And as again, it's been a pleasure.
So, Chelsea, big game. Luckily, Wayne Rooney is suddenly in form. 7 goals in 7 games. Guys, how long is this going to last? Adam?
I told you he needed to get dropped, didn't I, guys?